Hello and welcome into some bonus content for the Learningway series. This is another instance of the Somebunny Gets a Hook flag set where we're going to just launch the Falcon as the only objective, and we are forced to use that Falcon to get underground. So we do have to do the hook route. This one is going to, it's the same flag set, just a different instance of it. So that means we're going to see different characters at different places, different bosses at different places. And when I generated these, you can see that this does have spoiled characters and bosses. I looked to see if there were some possibly rude things. When I generated the seed that we played last time, there were, so that's why this is the first seed that generated. I don't know exactly where all the things are. We maybe get a chance to find some better characters than I saw available on the list. But this seed has potential for rudeness. We'll see if it actually is that rude. But and we'll go over the flags again. It is a Rec 1 or Rec All. We just have to do all of them to win the game, but it's do the Falcon. K main and force hook, so we could have a lengthy time in order to get to the hook route. We'll see where it is. There's no pass, it doesn't matter. Stay relaxed, anybody can be anywhere. They have their J abilities and there are no duplicates allowed. T is wildish, so you do want to take a look at the wiki, and I'll make sure to put a link in the description for the kind of guide of where to loot, to look for stuff, to look for better things. Shops are standard, which does give us 2 guaranteed tier 5 items. You should absolutely look at the wiki to see what the tier 5 items are and why they're important, but a very short thing of it is you're guaranteed an option of those at the hook route of 2 of them, and that can include stuff like Leviathan or Bacchus wine or sirens or hourglasses or coffins. That's why a standard is on fairly often when you do hook route forced, because it at least gives you some outs. You can maybe get hourglasses to make grinding a little bit easier on the monsters in a box. You can get Leviathan for Rydia. There's a bunch of stuff with a tier 5 guarantee there, even elixirs if you have the money for it, in order to really give you a leg up and get you through that hook route. We do have All Gauntlet turned on, we toggle encounters, we have the Life, the Sylva, and the Back Row glitches, which are pretty much the standard free enterprise glitches. We have a basic kit, so we get some heals and tents and life potions. We have no adamants on, so you can't find an adamant to get us out of trouble. Spoon is on, and while the spoiler log does exist, I pulled it out of the patch page here, so you can't just go ahead and look at it. To kind of plan around if you're running the seed on your own. If you are watching this first and then want to run it and kind of mimic things or kind of understand where I was, then of course you'll know things, so whatever. But without further ado, let's start with our Rydia and get going. Rydia as a starter, you really kind of want to see if you can get a Sylph Summon or Leviathan. Dancing Daggers are great for her. She loves a Tiara for extra defense, and we have another mage with a Rosa, so we're looking for heroine robes and bows as well for both of them. We get a Sparkle here at Baron. If that's Wyvern, that means Baron Key couldn't be the path forward, but we don't know if it's Wyvern yet or not because all the Sparkles are indistinguishable until you go fight them. So we've got Rydia, who has the lowest starting agility, and we do have anchoring turned on where we get to choose our anchor. So we might consider leaving her down, we might not. Kind of depends on what we find in our loot route. We know we have to go do the hook route, so there's no real reason to skip doing Damsian. We also do have free characters on, so I'll probably hit up Mysidia at some point too. We're gonna start with Damsian. We're gonna get the loot at the bottom because in Wildish it's pretty good, and we just kind of need to be here anyway, so might as well double up on time. The Big Bomb is nice. Dancing Dagger is real nice. That means Rydia can contribute if we want her to, or we can leave her down. Like, we get a lot of choices, but Dancing Dagger is a great thing to see. We do get a great bow, which is at least a bow. Allows us to back row characters. Is better than a short bow. Is better than a crossbow. That's about the best you can say for it. That lit bolt isn't bad, gets us a little bit of turtle protection, and we find Palom. So we've got a user for the dancing dagger. We've got a better wisdom growth than Rydia naturally. Learns Quake faster, so we're probably not spending a lot of time with Rydia today. This will make Rydia people sad, but it is one of the realities of Free Enterprise, at least early. Rydia is not that useful. She's got a rod already, and yeah, Rosa already came back road. We'll give her the white arrows, and we'll give her a wizard hat, and we'll change. We'll actually move Rydia out of the center. We actually don't want Rosa in the center either, because aim overflows. And early on, aim is probably the best thing that she can do. With Palom, a dancing dagger, that Stardust item, we are definitely set to take out whatever's here. We have fire arrows. We're getting a nice little selection. We have fire and ice and white arrows. The ice arrows are good for anti-rubicant. Fire arrows are okay in general. And the ice arrows, or the white arrows, are really, really good against Mylonzi and D-Lunars. There are people who absolutely buy white arrows with frequency if they see them and haven't seen them in a shop and haven't seen either of those undead, zombie, etc. bosses. Lifestaff is good for Rosa later, probably. Not a bad bonking stick, not as good as Silent Staff, but also lets you cast life on your own people. Will not let you cast it at enemies, however. That tiara is really good defense. Also very good plus to black magic stat for Rydia. The plus to black magic doesn't matter for Rosa that much, but if we find a Porum would help. Cool, so we get these nerds. Gonna knock out Rydia to keep her down, and then we're gonna use the big bomb. Just goes fast, does plenty to kill elements. And we get our hook. All right. So this team right now is absolutely not ready. We are going to find some other people. So we're going to hit up Mysidia. We are going to hit up probably Baron Inn. We wanna find some people. There's not a lot of HP here. There's not a lot of damage here yet. So we've got a ways to go before we are ready to follow that hook route. We can also climb more deals, but we are first gonna go over to, because there's a character up there. If we're gonna go do Mysidia, we are going to find who is at the replacement of Palom and Porum. We get another Palom. Cool. Twin Magic is online. And we get Fusuya, so we got mages for days. Fusuya gives us a real incentive to both climb more deals and to check bosses at, or to fight the bosses at Mist Village and the Waterfall, or Mist Town, or Mist Cave, sorry, and the Waterfall. We are looking to power him up as much as possible. He will be a huge asset overall if we get him levels. We don't actually get Twin Eye Line because it's no dupes, so just the food joined us. Yeah, you just have the Lunar Staff. We can just use the Stardust, I think. Antline only counters the fight command, which is both, you know, attacking physically with the fight command and using Berserk. As long as you're doing other stuff like power from Yang or jump. Hey, lit 3 on Fu. That is fantastic news. Let's go fight some other stuff then. So let's move him to the middle to set his speed as where we're going. We want to put Rydia up front to make her easier to knock down. We are going to move that to there, because that's where we're going first. And let's take up Baron Inn. Get 2 more bosses, that'll be 6 more spells, get a chance at another character. Tella is technically another character. Mylon Z will be no threat to us. We can now move some items down that we don't need. Get them out of the way. Fire 2 is good for Palom. We get Virus for food too, that's really nice. Gives him a faster spell to use. Doesn't really matter here, just because of how good Lit 3 is and how slow this spot is. And we get a Darkness Crystal, so now if you really are stuck, you've got Fu, you've got Tella, we're gonna go up Ordeals. If you are really stuck with what's going down on the hook route, you can now just grind everyone with a D Machine grind. I will not do it in this video. I might make a save right here, or right after we climb Ordeals, and do a version of it with that. We'll see. Definitely something to think about. Because you can absolutely see what the boss is, and we'll see. We'll see if it feels like it's necessary. There are other D Machine tutorials out there, so it's probably not required, but could be a thing you do. Here's another Rydia. We can't take her. There's no dupes, so Rydia does not join the team. This is the joy of no dupes. You find a lot of people that sometimes you can't take extras of. We do now need to make sure that we knock over Rydia though to keep our agility situation going, unless we find a cursed ring and then can curse Tella. But we've got Officer Soldier here, so whatever. We'll knock over Rydia. We'll attack some soldiers. Would have been better there to virus or do literally anything to the officer instead of attacking the soldiers like I'm doing, but it's not a big deal. We're just gonna Lit through the officer here, because once the officer is dead, the soldiers attack each other instead of attacking you. Rosa maybe gets a kill? Nope. We'll let the Dancing Dagger finish it off. No reason to expend resources there. And Palom's now got a level 2 spell. Rosa's got Cure 2. She can do some work. We'll go to the back attack. Sisters are gross. Luckily, Fu should be strong enough. But this is one of the worst fights to find on Ordeals often. They go very fast. They do good damage overall. Most of the time, those tier 2 spells just absolutely wreck your party. If you're coming up here with like 2 or 3 people, it's very hard to keep people up and to get turn parity. Yeah, you can see just like Rosa absolutely annihilated by that. We'll give Fu, or we'll give Tella that life stat so you can bring people back. The wall is going to run out at some point. I'm gonna guess that it's running out by the time we get there. Yeah. Since Fu is fairly fast, the ticks are going by. He's faster than they were, so the ticks are going by pretty fast, and that wall doesn't last forever. So I felt fairly comfortable there casting the direct spell. If you were not comfortable with it, you could absolutely have thrown a Star Veil up on someone and bounced the spell onto the middle sister. At that point, the only remaining sister, so you know you'd hit her, and the wall wouldn't matter then. We get a package, so we can find another character if we want. It's another boss if we want. We don't have to worry about knocking radio over here because there's no XP here unless it is the Old Gauntlet. So we picked up a couple more tier 2 spells. But we do not have anyone who can do damage in terms of physical stuff at this point. So things are fun. We're going to go to Hobbs, and we're going to go to do the waterfall boss. Because really we're looking for Nuke. If we can hit Nuke before the hook route, we're really, really happy. That will make the hook route much easier. Because Nuke is a heck of a spell. If we've got like a turtle down there, then we really think about the Darkness Crystal and slingshotting Iridia up to Nuke levels as well. So we're kind of doing this also to maybe get weak on hand. We can also do a Bull for a fairly quick fight. We also noticed that I kind of stopped looting because Fu is a lot, and Fu can get us through pretty much anything. So we're really just looking to power up Fu here. It is one of the secrets of Free Enterprises. Fu is very, very strong. We didn't kill Iridia. Oh, good. We didn't kill Plague either. Now we killed Iridia. And now we killed Plague. Everything working out. Yeah, Rosa catching up on XP a little bit with 3 levels there. We do get a pink tail, so we could turn that in. It gives a tier 7 item. There aren't really many tier 7 items this party is really jonesing for, unfortunately. But we will turn that in on the way. Let's go to Mount Hobbs, see if we can replace one of Tella or Iridia with someone maybe a little more useful. Also, it is an opportunity to power up Fu, get another 3 spells, get closer to Nuke, get closer to Weak if that's a required thing. This is now Twin online with Porum. Let's go ahead and get rid of Tella for the moment. I will take his stuff because we do want that life staff. We are safe from that actually fully killing because this is going to be a 2-phase fight, so we'll get me change off of that. We'll get to knock over Iridia. And then we'll go ahead and use Twin here. Which is not quite enough, but it's fine. The Pound's got Virus. He is now a fully capable member of the team. Form gets some levels, so she's got a little bit of spell power. We get Cure 3 on Fu, which is not bad. we'll go ahead and learn a summon, see what we get out of this. If normally in vanilla FF4 this teaches Radiant Fire, but if it is in your party and you don't have whatever the flag is to make this vanilla, you get to learn a summon. Most of the time you get something that is not great, but you can hit pretty well. Like Sylph isn't bad. You can get Leviathan now, which is really like what you're looking for. Let's go ahead and go here. I'll take a quick save because we're resetting out of a gauntlet if it's here. Not a gauntlet. We fine. Oh, it's Bahamut. It's counting time. So this spot is super fast because this is Octomam's spot. The spot is just incredibly speedy overall. Form can have that. We get exit and stone. And then we'll go here. Oh, we already fought this, I guess. Yes, we fought this earlier. Okay. So we can check the package, so let's go ahead and do that to see if there's anyone that we really care about here at the package. I feel like it's kind of unlikely. Yeah, Young isn't. Young ain't it. We could do that for a boss. That would put Fu to 1600, which would not quite guarantee nuke. I think we still have Fobul defense. Did I do this? I did do that. Yeah, it's time to go. And see what we find here on the hook route. See what boss is here. See what character is here. Do we get an upgrade on anybody? We can check out the shops real quick. Probably not buying much. Would not hate some black magic stat sticks if we can find some here. Bacchus and Hourglass, so we can do get some more levels. That could be a thing that we want to do. Sorcerer robes are nice though, and heroine robes, so we get some good stuff there. So I won't need a rod or those. I won't need that. That's not going to do much. Single ninja hat, not really worth the time. Ice claw, nah. Okay, so let's buy one Sork robe, which Palom is going to wear. And then Palom also gets the Gaia hat. Porum can pick up the Tiara for a little extra defense. And let's go see who our character is, see what other choices we get to make. And we might end up coming back here doing some looting and looking for hourglasses too, depending on what's here. Okay, we got a Bard who is not going to be helpful. We have a Sparkle. We know that it's not Wyvern, because Wyvern cannot block our underground access. But we don't know a whole lot else. We know it's not a turtle there, so we don't have to worry about looking for more lightning-based spell damage. Don't need to shop for Thor Rages or anything like that. If we were super uncomfortable, and actually, let's go ahead and show this. I don't think I've actually done... let's go up to the moon, see who's there. But definitely a thing you could think about doing on your way is like, oh, I want to do moon stuff. Or I want to see the character up here before I go. down that hook route. See if there's anything I can do to make this a little bit nicer. So we'll go walk into Mysidia. Once you get into that square, automatic cutscene stuff happens, and you get a big well. And then we can go up to the moon. Alright, we got our whale. Let's go to the moon. Let's see who is on the lunar dais. And do we get someone who does physical damage? Who knows? Things you could be thinking about wanting to do. You could look for more star veils, because D-lunars are pretty defeatable with some star veils here at this location, or at the ruby spot. Defeatable with what we have for sure, but a couple more star veils or applications of wall would be nice, making it a little bit easier to do the lunar frog strats. We've already fought plague, so we could be looking for arty arrows somewhere for D-lunars. That's a Yang. He's not still not it. Yang do not want. Yeah, so we actually know the boss is one of 3 bosses. We know that it is either Ogopogo. We know that it is either Ogopogo, D-lunars, or Pale Dem, because we've already fought Plague and we cannot be blocked by Wyvern. So with that, you're looking at Dragon defense is good, Undead defense is pretty good, but not quite as good as Dragon defense. Star veils are pretty good. Those coffins don't help. And then the liberal applications of Oh No, Ogopogo are good. So this could be a very, very interesting, difficult fight, depending on what's here. And we might have to come back and level some more. So Rydia is still unconscious. We're gonna go take advantage of the fact that we have stone, get some levels for people, and also maybe some good gear. Let's go ahead and do Eblan Castle. So we would love to see arty arrows. We'd love to see a good bow. Both of those would help against D-lunars, or the combination helps a lot against D-lunars or Pale Dim. Getting Rosa Berserk helps against what's his face? Ow. Kid's just going down. That's okay, they'll get XP later. Okay, there's Zerk for Rosa, that's nice. We get a crystal sword that's useless, except that's a lot of money. And so we're going to instantly go turn that into money. Oh, we also do have the pigtail, so let's go ahead and turn that in as well. See what we get from there. We get a Dragoon Spear. So if Kane were here, we'd feel much better about things, but we don't. We don't have Kane. And now we are going to go sell probably both of those things because they are meaningless in the grand scheme of things. We don't have anyone that can use them. We're not going to be able to. You could go get a bunch of levels, go to the moon, see if, the moon doesn't have any key items. So yeah, there's nothing nowhere. Oh, we do have Bedward. Bedward we could go visit. But I'm going to be stubborn and not go visit Bedward. I am going to buy a couple Bacchus wine and a few hourglasses. Those hourglasses will get make sure we get XP on the kids. As we go back to Eblin and loot it more. Again, looking for would love to see charm rods or stardust rods to help the black magic. Would love to see arty arrows. Rosa getting a better bow. We can also maybe outfit Rosa with a heroine robe at some point. We kind of expect the kids to get knocked over here, but they don't. We'll bluff. Rosa, you got white arrows. Go ahead and drink a wine. Look at that somewhat decent damage. Look at that great damage against those skeletons. Snailmen have some pretty good magic defense, but they are, the ice hits them fairly hard, so that's why I used ice 2 there. Rosa will do a good job of finishing off everything but that Snailman, and we'll let Palom throw a virus. Yeah, now we're looking for Blink on the girls. We'll take that Avenger. Let's throw a little Cures out. No, we did not do that. Did we do that? We did that. Okay. Ogre Axe is also not useful because we have no users for it. Again, maybe Bedward has a solution for us if you've run this seed and you are uncomfortable with thinking about that hook route. And I do know who's there, so I am doing a little bit of over preparedness because I know it's a little gross for this team. But maybe you would want to do something similar and kind of delay. There's a Stardust Rod, okay. Now we're feeling better. We got a little more magic on our side. We'll probably switch that to Palom or Fu. Fu is kind of the better choice overall. We'll see what else we get. Just because Fu's got a little more spells. We'll throw the Hourglass. Oh, Porum. Throw a stone, see if it lands. Palomar and Quake is real good. We get another Dragoon Spear, so no help from the boxes here. We can really be done looting. Power Shirt's not bad though. Charm arrows are better arrows. Mora isn't any help. The apple is 50 HP to somebody. That wizard hat could be useful, but we're not going to bother with it. Okay, Rosa is online enough. We'll feed that apple to Porum. Rosa can now do some work. We're probably going to give her the heroin robe that we're going to buy in the end. But, so Rosa got some good power there. We're going to do one more box on the way down. It'll be the Quad Ogres. It's our last good infusion of XP. We're hoping to get Blink on both Rosa and Porum. If we don't have it already, and I don't think we do, we don't need anything here. Could use some life pots actually. Maybe think about life pots. Buy one heroin and one Sork robe. So we get Porum, get better. Rosa, get even better than a power shirt. Let's set up your magic so you can burst yourself. We are good with this party order. Let's go buy a small stack of life pots. This is our last place. We don't need a Dragoon Spear. Okay. So we're gonna go do the Quad Ogres. We'll do that same thing we've done so far of throwing up a... and we're actually going to switch to Rydia in the middle. Because we want to set up anchoring this way. Blizzard Spear is useless because we're not going to take advantage of the anchoring. We want Fu to these next two boss spots are faster than Fu is by a good bit, and Palom is now a valued member of the team. We're also going to equip Fu with the Stardust, and yeah, you already have a life staff. You can't have that, so you're as good as you get. And we'll wait and see if we need to res Porum or Palom or both. Both it is. And we're going to do some life glitches here. This is our last good spot to get XP. So we're going to want to make sure that we get as much XP as we can. Rosa will chew through these with those charm arrows. You can go ahead and burst yourself, probably. Good. Charmers, because they hit ogres or giants hard, we get extra damage from there. Plus the samurai bow is plus strength, and the heroin robe is plus strength. So Rosa doing much better work than she was before. Because that shorts us out of one ogre. That's fine. She gets blink. That's the important thing. Porum gets blink. That's important. And we pick up Arty arrows. Heck yeah. Okay. So, if we're the one boss we don't really want to see is Ogopogo. We do have the tools to take out Ogopogo, but it is definitely the least pleasant option of the three of them that we have available to us, because Arty arrows means Rosa absolutely just carries the day against D-Lunars or Pale Dim. Like, if this is Pale Dim, Rosa's got it. We're good. If it's D-Lunars, we're fine. It's obnoxious, but we're fine. Let's go ahead and just tent real fast to get all our magic back. We don't want Rydia. We could, if we had a cabin, we could use it. There's no XP at this spot, so it doesn't matter if Rydia is alive at the end of it. But it is a good idea to get in the habit of using tents when you're keeping an anchor down, so that you don't have to spend time knocking them back off in a fight. It's one of those like little bits of a time save. So we'll see who's here. We've got Leviathan. This isn't bad. We'll go ahead and lit 3. And then I guess you can Zerg yourself. Doesn't really matter because Foo's got this pretty much wrapped. The magic here isn't much, so the lit 2 or the ice 2 is not going to do a whole lot of good. And when Foo goes, Levy's dead. I mean, that's a bit of an ouch, but it's not that much of an ouch. And then Poof dead. Let's go back and save. Like I said, the analysis here is Pale Dim is easy. Rosa's got it covered. In fact, let's move Rosa to the top. She's someone that we want there at a number of reasons. First, boss analysis of what we could be facing. Pale Dim is straightforward. Rosa is going to just carry the day. We Zark her, and we're actually just done. We can cast Blink on people, but doesn't matter. If it is D-Lunars, we've got Foo, who I think has Wall. Let's see, does he have it? Yes, Foo has Wall. We have 2 Star Veils, so we're good to go there. We'll be able to wait them out with Lunar Frog strats. We can throw, like Rosa with a Wizard Hat gets Undead Resist. So she's fine there. We wait her out. Actually, we'll go ahead and equip her with those Arty arrows right now. So she's fine. She'll survive. Alum, yeah, like everyone actually has Undead, so dealers, their punches won't do much to us, and we can get the walls up. And then once they turn themselves into frogs by casting breath at me, and then my team reflecting it back with those walls, they'll be easy peasy. And then Ogopogo is the one is the challenge. But we have Rosa in the top spot, and she is fairly defensive with a heroine robe. So she won't take that much damage. She's in the back row, so she takes less damage. So she would start off by actually tossing Starveil on herself, so that would allow Foo and Palom to actually cast magic back. And then Porum can start blinking Palom and Rosa to deal with the punches, and then Rosa and Porum can start using Cure 2 items or spells, and we might get Rosa zerked at some point, just to kind of help damage and help buffer turns. But Ogopogo is by far the meanest of the options here, the one we don't want to see. Unfortunately, it's who we're going to fight. So here's Ogopogo. We start full healed. We are going to start with the Starveil. And we're going to start bouncing spells ASAP. You do have a little bit of a thing where you could toss Cure 3 or Lit 3s directly, because that counters with a single target weak rather than something a little bit more dangerous. Yeah, so like that's not great for Rosa to hit for that much, but it's survivable. And Rosa doesn't actually cure for very well, so she's just going to do that. Once we get some blinks down with Porum, hopefully this cure gets there in time. Nope. We do need Pound to be back up. We do need some cures going out to good target. So we are actually going to multi-target that cure. We'll cure Ogopogo a little bit, but that's fine. Oh, that's so obnoxious. Okay. We get a double big wave. I think we need a big cure here for a bunch of people. We might need to actually slow down the battle speed to 2 or 3 just to get more turns in better and faster. Okay, yep, this is, we could maybe pull that out, but we're going to show how different the fight probably is if we go change to battle speed 3, which should give me a lot more time to get stuff in just for how fast the things go when the ticks, when you're on battle speed 1, that I am giving opportunities back to Ogopogo where I could normally slip in a turn or 2 on my side. And that will just make it, like, if I can get one more blink than I had, if I could have blinked Palom, when instead he got popped by Ogo, I'd be able to probably get Rosa going. Let's cure Rosa. Yeah, I'm feeling much better about this. Let's Bacchus now. The Bacchus will go through the wall. That will give Rosa time to get Zerging, which helps buffer our turns as well. And then this fight should be over. Yeah, you can see we're gonna get the blink now. That means Palom won't die. Which means we're in less recovery mode than I was for so long in that previous fight. And when you have someone blinking, you always want to make sure that they're keeping the blink up on themselves, because the blink is so important. I'm actually gonna blink Rydia as well, because she's doing pretty decent work helping cure. We need food to get one. I'm not gonna worry about healing Fu from a punch, because back row, it's not that big of a deal for him. Getting the cure 2 is much better. Is overall more worthwhile, because he takes a lot more damage from the quarter of health go away off of the big wave. Oh yeah, it's Rydia's turn. She's gonna toss a cure 2 up to Fu. Pop him off. We can cure Palom now. We'll keep the viruses going. You can see you can see how much both battle speed 3 and getting Rosa going is helping. Like, this fight is totally in control at this point. We don't need Rydia to do anything this turn. We've done so much more damage than we did the previous one, and all we did was change battle speed, which enabled everything else. We're gonna toss Lip 3, but it doesn't matter. Ogopogo's dead. So lessons there are, Anchoring is good. This would have been much, much worse with a different anchor. So yeah, anchoring is good. Battle speed manipulation is very good when you are slightly overmatched. If you're close but not quite able to get there, like it's just going a little bit too fast, change your battle speed, move it down, move it slower. And we learn nuke. So if we had done package, we would have nuke for that fight too. So that'd be another thing that you could do, is go do the package. You'd learn nuke, and then everything would be honky-dory. But we're going to get the cutscene, we'll get our win game, we'll let the credits play out a little bit, and then we'll play some heart music. Hey, there's another Sparkle boss that we're not fighting, because the game's over. Yeah, fighting Ogopogo with an all-mage party is pretty rude. Directly attacking Ogopogo with those spells would have mostly done a blaze counter. If you have, your best thing is lit 3, you can cast lit 3. That counters with a single target weak, which is much easier to handle, but it's just nicer to not handle any of those. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this challenge if you ran it yourself. If you got stuck, well, here's a way to get unstuck. Other ways would have been the main other way would have been just to grind. Get nuke on Palom and Rydia, and then even though the big waves are going to be obnoxious as all get out, you're gonna be fine, because you'll have, the punches won't be a big deal, and you'll be fast enough and do enough damage that it's Ogopogo's not really a threat. Is obnoxious, can still kill you if you are not fast at your inputs, but will not be a big deal. And at that point, you'd probably like switch out Porum, I think, for Tella, and keep. You would have switched out Tella for. We didn't have weak, so you would switch out Fu or Tella for the grind. You'd hopefully make sure to knock out Tella at the end of the grind so that he doesn't get XP, and then you could switch out like Porum for Fu, or just leave the party as is. It would have been fine. If you have double white, double nuke, you're gonna just melt Ogo. So lots of good options there too if you want to do the grind, but I wanted to showcase doing it no grind, as though you would not have gotten a darkness crystal. Yeah, feel free to come into Newbie's Corner, and maybe even specifically the Learningway Seed thread within it if you have any questions or comments or anything that you want to talk about. I think we're talking about what the next Learningway Seed should be. Again, this is a series where we kind of introduce how to play Free Enterprise and some ways to think about it before you kind of are let loose on all the different stuff that you could do, and all the things you could learn. Actually, now that we're here, we'll go visit Bedward. We're at the point of the scroll that we can now go back. Let's see. That's fine. I don't think there was one at a save point before having to walk back. But we'll do the walk back. We'll see what key item Edward would have had. That could be another solution. We did not do the Bedward check. So if that gates like Earth Crystal somehow, and Earth Crystal has some good characters, some physical characters, like maybe we could have gotten use out of the Avenger and Crystal Sword and stuff that's there. I know that this was a very mage heavy character seed when I looked at the spoiler for characters and bosses. So I think there's only one Cecil and one Kane. I think they might have been gated by Earth Crystal, or like shown to be in Zot, but I don't really remember. Rosa doesn't know exit yet. Porum sure does though. Let's go visit Edward, see what key item he has, see what our heart music is. We'll talk a little bit more about where, like, if we get a Baron key, do you chase it and stuff? Because the thing with hook, like if you know you have a hook route, or the optional, the even idea of hook routes, is you can get some really big bonuses in terms of if you're thinking about racing. Of course, racing is just a subset of free enterprise play. You should play the way you find enjoyable. But a reason why a lot of people like to learn how to be better at free enterprise is so they can enjoy the racing scene a little bit. So we do have an Earth Crystal here. There is a good out for people. Let's go see what's up there. I think that's enough Super Spike Volleyball. So Earth Crystal gets us 2 boss fights, which would 100% put Fu up to nuke by the time we get to Ogopogo. Like, we know because we just fought it that he'll get it at the second boss spot. But this save is from before even doing the King Queen spot. Plus we get the treasury. Black shirt's okay, doesn't actually help any apples. Holy cow, double masa. Charm Rod's good. We could pick up glass hats too. Those would be some nice defense. But we're just not gonna bother. So good stuff out of the treasury. And if we find Edge, our plan for that fight changes dramatically. If we find Cecil, our plan for the fight, like had we remembered to do this, or had we bothered to do this, Cecil, Kane, and Edge are all huge swings to the plan for the seed and the plan for getting through that Ogopogo. We do have Bacchus wine, so we are very happy to take any of those boys, get them some levels and go. Edge doesn't really need levels. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. Cecil would need some. We'd have to figure out how to get him some levels. Wouldn't be that hard, but definitely be a thing to remember to do. In fact, we'd probably like we could do 1 behemoth at this point. Yeah, we're good on party. Let's go and see where we're at. We got an Odin. Odin's gonna go crash boom against his Lit 3. Bye, Odin. You don't know it yet, but you're very, very dead. Yeah, so there's a Cecil, so that crystal sword we sold, not a good sell. Good sell for me and how I wanted to run the seed, knowing what I knew about where the bosses were and what the possible likely character pool was, but a bit of a punish in terms of like overall seed if this was a more normal seed and you were going for just get underground, and then Porum doesn't help. So yeah, we would probably replace Alum with Cecil if this was or maybe Porum, because we don't need both. Actually, it would be Porum. We don't need both Porum and Rosa if we could have an Avenger, Crystal Sword, Cecil. We're not going to take Cecil though. Whatever. Get out of here, nerd. But this could be Baron Key behind this, which could get us another character. I don't remember anymore where anyone else is. Okay, so here we're going to throw a wall up on Porum. The Sura is very easy for a mage party. Going to virus Porum, except that she's got a wall on, so it's fine. She's not gonna do anything. And Asura won't hit us at all here. Asura will cure herself, so that's maybe a thing I should think about doing something about that I kind of forgot about. So we're going to bounce a Veil Or we'll just kill her before it happens. Yeah, Asura, even though she did all that, we still had a lot of damage from what we had to take her out. There's our nuke. So the Ogopogo fight would go much faster this time. Because Fu would just be doing so much more damage. We're not going to go ahead and go through it. I can leave that as an exercise to the viewer if they would like to. And a rat tail is our next key item. That could still get us a sand ruby. That could get us a Baron key. So we'll go ahead and check that out just to kind of appease my knowledge of where the rest of the seed is. But yeah, I think the closing thoughts should be, you should definitely have gone to do Earth Crystal if you were racing this, and a person who is not super comfortable. And upon seeing Ogopogo, you should probably have instantly gone to do that too. Because Ogopogo's a little mean with a mage party. But if you are stuck with a mage party, Starveils are guaranteed in shops in the overworld for a reason. Unless you have S-No-J or some other flag that, like S-Cabins, S-Empty, S-No-J, or some other reason why Starveils are removed. They are otherwise guaranteed to be in the overworld unless they are specifically removed from the pool. So they're going to be in the overworld and wild and in standard and in pro. Going to get them. We start with starter kits that have Starveils in them because they are so fundamental to some bosses and how unfun the game can be if you don't have any when you run into those bosses early. It just turns the early game, and if you don't do that, it turns the early game into just, I have to shop for life potions, cure potions, Starveils. So it's often why we just start with the basic kit so that you don't have to do that shopping. It's really not that interesting. And so Starveils are great for not dealing with counters like Ogopogo's Blaze counter or Ogopogo's Weak counter, because if you reflect damage back onto them, they don't counter it. If you have a heavy mage party against Ogopogo, you really want to do those reflect strats. You want to have somebody who is high defense and low-ish HP be the person who is taking, who has the wall up on. Because they're the person, because Ogopogo will punch, and you can't cure them with magic when they have a wall on. You only have curatives that you have, like cure 2 items or cure 3 items. So you want them to be lowish HP. You're kind of playing a little bit of a push and pull there between enough HP that the punch is not going to knock them out, but not so much HP that is hard to heal back from the big waves. You're probably only getting like a cure 2 on them every once in a while to keep them around, and then you might be using someone else to spread other curative magic to handle the wave damage if you're not able to get blinks up in time. Looking for illusions is a great thing to do for people. It lets you set up earlier. I maybe could have gotten through it on Battlespeed 1 if I had a bunch of illusions, because then we could have used illusion on Palom and Porom rather than Porom casting blink. Which would have let Palom live the first time and just gotten me off on a little bit better footing. But I didn't spend the time shopping for them. There's no guarantee that those are in the overworld, so I don't often spend time looking for them. Yeah, and change your battle speed, change your battle speed, change your battle speed. If you're in a hard fight, changing battle speed is the single fastest thing you can do. You don't have to go grind more often. You don't have to go find items. If it is a little bit close, if you are just falling behind here and there, and it's hard to catch back up, change your battle speed. Like, changing battle speed won't necessarily help against an Odin that you are severely undermatched for. Won't help against a Wyvern if you don't have the Starveils. It won't help against a bunch of things if you are just too far behind. But changing your battle speed is an absolute necessity for a number of fights. They let you get a lot more Star Veils against Wyvern, get you more actions and turns against literally anybody else. When you are starting play, you should probably default to going to battle speed 3. I believe that in 5.0 there will be some ways to change the default for you, so you can just have all seeds start there. But currently, in every version of Free Enterprise up to now, which is 4.6, you do have to remember to go back into the game screen and change to battle speed 3, or to change it off of 1. But it's probably the single biggest thing you can do as a new player to make the game a little bit more enjoyable, is to change that battle speed. That gives you more time to enter commands, so your people do stuff, so that you get fewer boss turns going against you. You saw how big of a thing that was in that last fight against Ogopogo. I went from very struggle bus to very clean and very easy with just the battle speed change. That let me get the Zerk off safely. It let a lot of things happen. I was not in, because the big thing was Palom didn't die to Ogopogo's second attack, because I was able to have enough time to get the blink in on Palom. So Ogopogo, when Ogopogo did the big wave, and then attacked Porum, who had a blink on, and then attacked Palom, who didn't have a blink on the first time. Well, the second time I had enough time to get that blink on Palom because of the battle speed change, which meant that Palom didn't die, which meant I didn't have to spend turns bringing him back, which I also made a mistake there of bringing him back just before the next big wave came in. So I kind of wasted an action and should have done something a little bit different. But regardless of that, not even being able to make the mistake because Palom wasn't unconscious, made it so that then Rosa could very easily just berserk herself, which adds constant low level damage, makes it easier to get my attacks in, because as she's attacking, if someone's menu is up, the ATB isn't progressing, so I have more time to get turns in and commands in that way. So it kind of all snowballs from just that one change from battle speed 1 to 3, made that fight super easy. Also did help that I was, knowing that Ogopogo counters magic with a blaze counter meant that I wasn't going to do magic at Ogopogo. Meant that I was healing less than you might otherwise. So remember your Star Veils and how useful they can be. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope this Learningway series has been useful to you. If you have any other things you would really love to see in it, or any other questions, make sure to come into the Free Enterprise Workshop Discord. There will be a link in the down below section. And hope you have a great day.